The journey wasn't just an adventure, it was a powerful testament to the strength of unity, compassion and collective action. So stay with me today as our guests share their unforgettable experiences and give us a sneak peek into the full story. I am delighted to be joined by some of the very special guests who played key roles in the challenge and are going to offer their unique perspectives. So first and foremost, we have, well, actually, before I introduce the guests, I'm going to show you a quick sneak peek. So let's take a look at that first.
It's fairly straightforward. It's just release and clamp on. But from my point of view, not being a motorcyclist and not having driven a manual vehicle at all for probably 20 years.
Rickshaw Challenge Day 1 here in Nankana, heading off to Faisalabad. It's about 60-70 kilometres for the first day. It's really warm here. The team's looking forward to the challenge. They're all geared up for this one, so wish them all the best of luck. Thank you.
But alhamdulillah, we've seen so many projects along the way that, yeah, I definitely say it's worth it just to be able to have that experience of seeing where the money goes first.
Handover moment was emotional for even us, because having him seen us or interacted with us is one thing, but then when we were actually at that moment we were shaking hands, we're handing documents over, it just really felt so real then. And then having his family standing there watching it, that's when it kind of sunk in that, right, okay, this is going to help all of us, kind of thing.
The hospitality, I have to say, is great here. No matter where you go, how little they have, they will give their all. And that's something that I think anybody that visits Pakistan could hand on their heart say and agree to. Yeah.
Last 7 days, and everyone was sharing their own experiences, and they were being awarded with their small replicas of rickshaws which they can go and take back with them to the UK and have it as a memory of this amazing journey.
Oh my goodness, listen, that just made me smile and smile with pride, not just because of the fact that we have people from the UK having gone to Pakistan or other places in the world like Bangladesh and doing this, but I felt so proud being a Pakistani watching that, because that video, it didn't just document the Tuk-Tuk challenge, but it documented the essence of Pakistan, the essence of life in Pakistan, the essence of the hospitality and the people in Pakistan, which we often miss in the media that we watch on a regular basis. So, subhanAllah, that was incredible, absolutely beautiful. That's really touched my heart, to say the least, warmed me up. Right. But let me introduce you, my very special guests this morning. First, we've got Islam Uddin, the fundraising manager at Muslim Charity, with over 20 years of experience in international development and community fundraising. Islam's passion for humanitarian work is truly inspiring. Outside of his professional role, he's an avid adventurer with a love for hiking, camping and canoeing. And we are then joined out by a very special lady called Sabah Mirza. She is a commercial lawyer specialising in data protection and privacy. Sabah has been a dedicated volunteer with Muslim Charity, participating in Tuk-Tuk Challenge ever since it started in 2019. She manages to balance her successful career with her unwavering commitment to the humanitarian work, embodying the spirit of compassion and adventure that defines the Tuk-Tuk Challenge. And in addition to that, I've got two very special guests joining us via Zoom. Also, we've got 𝐉𝐸𝐷, the Senior Community Engagement Officer at Muslim Charity. He's based in Glasgow, and Javed brings decades of experience in fundraising and community building. He has been instrumental in organising impactful events and played a key role as the lead coordinator for Muslim Charities' efforts in Pakistan during the Tuk-Tuk Challenge. We're also thrilled to have with us Ms. Christine Herdman, a wife duo with her husband in their 70s who took part in the Tuk-Tuk Challenge in Pakistan. So despite being non-Muslims, their commitment to the mission exemplifies the spirit of unity that challenges fosters. They'll be bringing us some really great insight via Zoom and sharing the extraordinary experience and journey and the profound impact that the initiative has had on them both and the families, of course, that they've helped. So welcome all. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Listen, let's have a quick look at the promo in a little while. I think we've just watched the promo anyway, but I'm just really overwhelmed having watched that, honestly. And I'm usually, Sabah knows me well, I'm usually not that struck for words. But brother, I'm going to go to Brother Uddin first. Now, the Tuk-Tuk Challenge, 2019, we're in 2025 now. MashaAllah, sounds like a long time. And obviously there are challenges that have kind of been at the forefront of all of these. But what inspired you to kind of actually initiate this amazing and so different idea?
Well, we work in a number of different countries around the world. And wherever we work, we obviously try and help the people who are in need. But we also try to show the countries, the beauty of the country. You're talking about the essence of Pakistan from that video. So we try and do something that's a bit different. So a lot of charities have deployment trips where they take people to refugee camps, to villages to show the work that they do, and we do that as well. But we are also committed to helping people, not just in the developing countries, but people here in the UK as well. And one way we do that is through the different challenges that we have. Excuse me. And one of those is the Tuk-Tuk Challenge. And it's a way for us to not just showcase the country, but show the needs that people have in those countries and take people from the UK to Pakistan in this instance, show them the needs of the people in Pakistan and get the participants of the challenge to raise money to help those people. So everybody who's been on the challenge has raised money to buy the tuk-tuk that they drove.
Alhamdulillah.
At the end of the challenge, they hand over the keys of that tuk-tuk to a poor family, essentially.
I mean,
and they use that as a means to earn a living. So it's something different, something a little bit challenging for some people. For some people, driving a tuk-tuk isn't challenging at all. But for
it looks
others,
like fun.
It is a lot of fun. I've done it. Sabah's done it 4 times.
MashaAllah.
I'm sure she'll share her experience.
Well, I was going to come to you, Sabah. You have participated in the Tuk-Tuk Challenge every year since inception. And inshallah, you're going to do it again this year.
Inshallah.
What is it that keeps you going back again and again and again every year?
Do you know, there's a number of reasons. I think the first is that it's a unique project, like you and 𝐸𝐴 have addressed. It's an income generation project. And just to go and see how it changes someone's life, it's a really fulfilling experience. Like from 2019, there was one of our beneficiaries, Asghar Bhai, and now he's been coming to every single challenge since. And, you know, first he just was given a rickshaw and he made an income out of that. And now every time I see him, he's saying something new. You know, his kids are in education, he's sending his daughters to university, but also he helps us on the challenge. So he trains the new beneficiaries and he supports us. So he's literally like our version of the AA out there. He'll fix the rickshaws when they go wrong. So just seeing the impact, I think, is fulfilling, and you want to go back. I also feel, as a Pakistani, my parents are from Pakistan, I went a couple of times as a child, and my gripe was always, we never get to see anything other than, the relatives' homes in Karachi, and that's it. But now that it's such a unique way to explore a country as well, and then also see the broader impact of Muslim charity out there. So even though we call it the Tuk-Tuk Challenge, and there's more to it than just driving the rickshaw for 400 miles between cities. We stop by and look at local businesses, so it's supporting them as well. And we also see local projects that Muslim charity have, like schools, hospitals.
Well, this is exactly what I was saying, that looking at that video, it's so inspiring, and it's so such an eye-opener. And as you highlighted once again, it's like it kind of pulls together the essence of the country and the journey that you have with the country in that tuk-tuk. And the fact that the end goal is so incredible and sustainable, mashallah, as you mentioned, your brother Askar, who's now benefiting as a beneficiary and supporting other beneficiaries. Subhanallah, you know what? I'm dumbfounded, honestly, mashallah. So we're going to go to our guest on Zoom, Brother Javed Ullah. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Are you there?
Walaikum salam. Yes.
How are you this morning?
Alhamdulillah, very good.
Glasgow treating you well?
It is a bit cold and icy here.
Yeah.
That's Scotland for you.
Alhamdulillah, well, we love Scotland, and we really love what you're doing with the Tuk-Tuk Challenge.
Thank you.
So, brother, tell me a little bit about the role you've played in organising this challenge, and can you kind of, in summary, walk us through the process?
Well, the Rickshaw Challenge, as Brother Salaam and Sister Sabah has told you, is a unique challenge. My role is obviously trying to promote it, trying to get new people on board. And I mean, this year when we went, we had people from around the world. We had people from Bosnia taking part in Austria, Morocco, UK, all over UK as well. So it's great to see people from all over the world coming together in this challenge and going along. I mean, this is not just about obviously driving the rickshaw. This is also promoting Pakistan, the beauty of Pakistan. I had never been to Kashmir. This was the first time I went to Kashmir this year when we went to the Rickshaw Challenge, and showing the beauty of Pakistan is just amazing.
Amazing. And honestly, I think that is one of a major factor in kind of attracting the people to take part in the challenge, because it's so different, yet so rewarding, and mashallah looks like so much fun. Now, if I had to ask you to talk about one of the biggest challenges that you faced through the journey, what would it be?
Well, I mean, for us being here in the UK, going over there and then obviously trying to adapt to the weather, the accommodation as well. I think that's, we all think here that, the accommodation has got to be top-notch, 5-star and everything. It's not that. We've stayed in rural areas, rural hotels as well. So I think that's a challenge for many people itself, trying to adapt to that. And then obviously adapting to and seeing how people are living there and how it's making a change to their lives. I think emotionally that's hits you back as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely understand that. And whilst we're on the note of people challenging themselves, we're going to go to our other Zoom guest, Christine Herdman. Are you with us this morning?
Hello.
How are you? Good morning, Christine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Christine, as I believe that you and your husband do this challenge together, and obviously as a non-Muslim couple, to take part in this Tuk-Tuk challenge, it must have been not just challenging with regards to the challenge itself, but also the fact that you are going to an environment or places what you've never visited before. In fact, being from a different culture, you've probably not even kind of come across those kind of situations. So talk to me a little bit about that and what inspired you to take the challenge on in the first place.
Well, we have been to other countries. We've been to India, China, so we've seen different levels of poverty. And we were offered the chance to come on this rickshaw challenge by Maruf Prasada from the Muslim charity. And he sent us the promotional video from the previous year. And Saba was in it, and she was just so passionate about what the charity was, what it involves, that we both just felt we've got to be part of this. And it was just a fantastic experience from start to finish.
Sounds amazing. And, you know, as we can see clearly, quite evidently, Sabah is a fantastic ambassador of the charity and the challenge itself. So I'm going to take my next question to Sabah. Sabah, we spoke a little bit about you saying that 𝐔𝐝𝐝𝐢𝐧 is like the AA version of the Pakistani rickshaw tuk-tuk challenge. Yeah. So I want to shed a little bit more light on this. Can you share with us and the audience any challenges or unexpected moments from the journey that kind of stay with you in Pakistan?
I guess it's different across all 4 challenges that I've had. I think generally what stays with you is when you actually hand the keys over. To somebody, that really makes it real. Firstly, you do get attached to the rickshaw for a bit.
I can imagine.
When you're driving it, and it's such good fun. And I do it with 2 of my team members. We're called the Rickshaw Ranis. So we have a laugh and we build all these memories as we sort of go along. But handing those keys over and the paperwork over really makes it real. And when they actually tell you the impact it's going to have on them, it's something that actually really is a reminder of our privilege and how privileged we actually are.
Absolutely.
And it really opens your eyes up to what others are going through. And so I feel that really stays with me. And I think the other thing that stays with me are all the other wonderful people that I meet on the challenge. So, I mean, like meeting Greg and Christy was just fantastic. They are so inspiring. And they really got involved with everything, really embraced the culture. And it was just so joyful seeing them be part of it and to actually have the privilege to get to know them. And there are friends you build sort of for life as well. So these things really stay.
Alhamdulillah, it sounds amazing, honestly. And similarly, Brother Islamuddin, if you had to pick a memorable journey or a memorable moment from any of the 4 journeys that's kind of like the highlight so far for you, what would it be?
Well, I've only been on 1 rickshaw challenge so far. Unfortunately, I can't make it to all of them. But I went in 2022 in Sindh after the floods. And one of the most memorable times for me was when we were driving along this road. It's a very straight road, long road. And it was beautiful. Straight road, it was nicely paved road. Water on either side of the road, and we're driving along, and it's just like a beautiful scene until you realise that the water, it was flood water, and it was water that had drowned people's homes, their fields, all their crops, and the water just kept on going for miles and miles. It was.
We can see a short image of it on the screen right now. I don't know if that's the same vision you're describing, but
it's slightly different. But on the picture that I have in my mind is water on either side.
Incredible.
And it looked like it was a beautiful road going through a lake, but it was people's livelihoods.
Little do we know the devastation that water has caused.
Yeah.
Subhanallah. And honestly, that is such a heartwarming story because it makes you realise your purpose, not just in dunya, but you as individuals who are doing this Tuk-Tuk challenge, the purpose of your existence and actually doing it. Subhanallah, that's just so heartwarming.
And this is one of the things that makes this challenge so unique, is that you get to see all of that, and then you get to talk to the people. Not just the beneficiaries that we're helping, but other people. I mean, sometimes we can't help everybody.
Of course.
So there was another moment when we went, we were passing a distribution centre. Where people were getting basic household items. Food and things like that. And we had arranged a distribution ourselves. And we went into the centre, and there were a couple of hundred women with children and elderly men who were picking up these non-food items that we provide for people who had lost everything in the floods. And I remember helping those people and then coming out and then seeing the thousands who were waiting outside. And there was one woman I remember. I don't speak Urdu I don't speak. What do they speak in that region? Sindhi. But I understood what she was saying. She was saying, "What about us?
Yeah.
Why don't we get anything?"
That was the toughest one, actually. Of all the 4 that I've been to, that one, it really changes your life. And I think for me, a difficult time there was a small baby. And it was there on, we call them a munji, right? You know what I'm talking about there, Reem. And I saw something move and I looked forward and it was the tiniest baby. And I remember saying to 𝐕𝐵𝐻𝐵, who's another colleague at Muslim Charity, I said, 𝐕𝐵𝐻𝐵, that baby's not going to survive the winter. Can I take it home?
Oh, subhanallah.
And he was like, we can't.
And I know, it must be so
helpless.
hard to kind of detach yourself, because knowing that you have the compassion and the desire to go and support and help, when you actually get there and you realize that one of you is not enough, you need 100 more sabas, if not 1,000, and we need 1,000 more brothers like Islamuddin. And subhanallah, and this is the exact purpose of why we have our guests on our shows today, because we need more sabas, we need more brother Islams, we need more Christine Herdmans, and we definitely need more Javedullahs, because these are the people that are embodying this mission. They are the ambassadors, and you can see the love and the compassion they have for the project in the way they're talking about it. And honestly, if watching that short little documentary doesn't do it for you, I don't know what will. But let's quickly go over to Brother Javed. Brother Javed, obviously Sabah has spoken about the impact and, handing over that key. But talk to me a little bit about the challenges that you kind of face, particularly when you're kind of working on the community level, when you get to the final destinations.
I think one of the biggest challenges when you're there, you're handing over the keys, like Sister Sabah said, and then you see a lot of other people coming along and obviously approaching you as well and asking you for help. And you're standing there and you're going, how many people can I help? So you're trying to help as many as you can. And like Islam Bhai said, when we were in Sindh and we were driving through the areas where the floods had come, and seeing people and how they were living and their houses had been destroyed. I met a family, and I was actually in tears when I met the family. They had 6 children. They had no roof over their head, and they were just living under a tree after the impact of the floods. And alhamdulillah, Muslim Charity managed to build homes for them. And we will be, obviously, we've got a deployment going over this month to see all the houses that Muslim Charity have built. So there's various challenges emotionally as well, mentally as well for us. It's not like we've said it's driving a rickshaw, but it's also seeing the project and what impact obviously it's making it to the people that's out there.
Well, listen, it sounds like something that's going to have an impact on you on more levels than one. I feel like if I was ever to take this challenge, I'd probably do some counselling before I go on the challenge, and then have to do counselling after I come back as well, because it'd be so emotionally draining. Because it's just not something that we are capable of seeing as humans, especially if we've got a heart. And subhanAllah, this is the reason why we get involved in charity and why we do such beautiful things again and again. I'm going to go back to our guest, Christine, and this is the last question for the show. We've never done 4 guests before, so this is incredible, guys. Question with you, Christine, we're going to, before we cut off and say goodbye. Now, the Tuk-Tuk challenge has obviously impacted so many of you, not just the beneficiaries, but also the people that take part. But in particular, I'd like to know your view on the charity and the community and how that's changed from before you did the challenge.
Well, my husband has a lot to do with Maru Prasada, so we know a lot of the work that the charity does. And this is one of the reasons why we went on, because we just wanted to be part of it. And actually, we've done a couple of talks to various groups since we've done the Tuk-Tuk challenge to raise awareness of all the things that the charity does, not just in Pakistan, but in the UK and around the world, and hope to be supporting them for a lot longer.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Christine, and thank you so much, Brother Javed. And we are now going towards the end of the segment. But before I let you go, Sabah and Brother Islam, I can take a moment and ask you to tell our audience how they can get involved with this challenge, who they should be following, where, and what can we do to help?
So you can get involved by going onto Muslim Charities website and go to our events page, which is full of all the different types of events we do. So in addition to the Tuk-Tuk challenge, we have hiking, running, rowing, and trips where you just go and see the work that we do.
Yeah.
So if you've been inspired by what you've seen today, our next Tuk-Tuk challenge is going to be in September this year, where we'll go back to Sindh and see some of the areas that we couldn't see last time because of the floods. Feel free to come along, and if you go to the Muslim Charity website, muslimcharity.org.uk/events, you can sign up for the next challenge, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah, inshallah, we are all going to be signing up to this, inshallah. I'm definitely on that, so put my name down. You guys follow Muslim Charity online, follow their website. We're going to go for a quick break. Don't go anywhere, and I'll be back with more.